so just to let you know. So today we have a great presentation for you today. We have Mr. Blake Klimasara. You can see him right there on the PowerPoint. He's going to be talking to you today about the libraries. He is from the Northwest Library. For attending today's workshop, you do have the opportunity not only to learn some great things about what we have here at EPCC, but also to earn some Tejano passport points. So I will be putting in the chat box, excuse me, I will be putting an app that you can click on to get those points for attending today's workshop, and we'll be telling you a little bit more about how to sign up for the program if you haven't already. So please get comfortable, mute your mics, and if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put those in the chat box at the bottom or raise your hand. And whenever you're ready to begin, Blake, you're ready to go.
Thank you, Kristen, and welcome everyone. Yeah, my name is Blake Klimasara, and yeah, I have a little image of me on the right side, so if you catch me on a good day, that's usually how I'll look. If it's a rough day, I may not look the same, but we're doing a presentation on the El Paso Community College libraries, all of the libraries in general. So we're going to talk about some of the resources we have, some of the services we have, some of the amenities we have, and how to access some of those things. If any of you have any questions, please feel free to ask. You could put something in the chat box. You could also interrupt me if you want to. I really don't mind. So let's go ahead and jump right in this. I have a handful of slides for all of us. So we do have a mission at our libraries. The El Paso Community College Libraries provides instruction, access to information resources, and information technology to support high quality education and career pathways from start to finish. The philosophy of our library is that education be community oriented with priority use for students. Education is based on students' need and growth, and it assists them in the beginning becoming whole, civic-minded, and fully functioning persons in the community. The library provides a system which facilitates a lifelong creative process of growth based on the acquisitions of information in all its various changing forms, recognizing the need to be responsive to the changing needs and special qualities inherent to the community it serves. So as you can see, our libraries have a specific mission and goal in mind when we do serve our students and the community. If you don't know this, there are 5 campus libraries, or 4 in an ASC. We have our Mission Del Paso Library, our Northwest Library, our Rio Grande Library, our Trans Mountain Library, our Valle Verde Library, and a resource center at ASC. With this presentation, I know many of you are, I believe faculty, staff, work within the college. The purpose of this is to relay some of the services and amenities we have so you could share these with the students if they have a certain need and you're like, hey, this is possibly something the library could help you with. This presentation is for you. I think there are several things we do offer the students that everyone may not be aware about, and that's kind of the message I'm trying to promote today with this. So here's some quick statistics of our libraries, and I want to thank the librarians who collected this information and acquired this to share. We have over 167,900 printed books and audiovisual materials in our libraries, over 952,000 electronic books, 90 online databases, over 82,000 electronic journals, and over 13 million media items such as streaming videos. Our databases and ebooks are searched over 496,000 times a year. So as you could see, our students, our community, our faculty and staff really use these resources for academic needs, for community needs, for children. There's a wide range of reasons why these resources are accessed, but as you could see, I just wanted to share some of the statistics to show, the resources we have in general and how often they're taken advantage of. I'm going to share my screen in a second just to share with you our website, but some of our services online, are access to information resources. We have databases you can access with scholarly journals, newspapers, magazines, videos, the resource list goes on and on, images, all of that good stuff. You can access reference services in person, but you can also chat with a librarian virtually. Access to that is 24/7, including holidays. So if you have a research question, a question you may not be certain that it's appropriate for the library, come access our reference service, and we'll help you if it's related to the library or research or our services, or we could also direct you towards the appropriate support service available. You can also email a librarian, and we do offer virtual library instruction as well. I'll be getting into library instruction a little later, but I just wanted to share that. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. And this is the epcc.edu website. I had it defaulted here at our website. What we're going to do is we're going to click Menu, Resources and Services and Libraries. And if you needed access to your virtual reference, you could click this Get Connected button right here. As you could see, it now says 24 hours, and you could connect now. And you could fill out this, it looks like, a form, and you will be directed to get your reference assistance. And they also have frequently asked questions available. So if it might be something that's pretty frequently asked, you could also look through the queue and see if that question was also asked in the past. Our databases is another resource that's taken advantage of, that was mentioned in that PowerPoint slide. If you needed to access our databases, our EDS is right here, and this will give you access to your academic journals, your newspapers, your physical books in the collection. If you are off campus, you do need to enter your credentials in, and usually a yellow banner comes up at the top where you could sign in with your credentials. But this is our EDS database where you could access a variety of resources available to you, whether it's ebooks, encyclopedia articles, the list goes on. And those over 90 other databases we talked about, you click online databases. I'm just going to go through the alphabetical list. And here's all these databases that are specific to certain subjects or general as well, with tons of information resources you could take advantage of. And as you could see, the Ask a Lib popped up. So if you do need assistance when using our libraries page, you'll get the support you need pretty frequently, which is a really positive attribute to have. And of course, we have other amenities available. I just kind of wanted to talk about the primaries, and if you needed any information specific to a campus, such as the hours of operation, some of the specific resources or services offered, you could also check out the campus libraries page. So I'm going to stop sharing that. And then I'm going to share my file again. There we go. Kind of touched on the hours of operation already, which is something you could find on our libraries page. Every library has a unique set of hours. Trans Mountain's open on Saturday and Sunday, for example. Northwest is not. So it's very important that you do check with your libraries to see their hours of operation. Each library is equipped with a circulation desk and a reference desk. This is the circulation station at the Northwest Library that I have a picture of. Some of our wonderful staff members, all of our staff members at each campus are awesome, friendly. Anytime I walk in a library, they say hello, they greet, they ask if you need assistance. Really great experience. But the circulation desk to me is where all the magic happens. Some of the services accessed here, which I'll get into more detail. You could ask a bunch of your general inquiries. You could make study room reservations if those are available. If you need help getting Wi-Fi, maybe you need a library card for your parent, for your niece, for your nephew. You need help accessing something in the library, using a computer, logging in. Your staff is going to help you with a bunch of those things. Maybe you want to check if there's a textbook. Your circulation staff's going to do that for you, just so you know. Usually the first place our students come is usually the first circulation desk. That desk stands out quite obviously. If we check out books, if you need to check out a book, a student ID card and or a CUC card is required to check out books. It's required. So please do have your student ID card or your CUC card available. Books are generally loaned over a 3-week period. They could be renewed in person or via the phone. And typically, if you do get DVDs, we do still have DVDs in some of our libraries. They're typically loaned out for 1 week. As of now, we're testing out an online renewal service, but that's still in the works. It's not being actively promoted, but phone, in person, you can renew these items. So we're trying to give you a user-friendly approach to renew your books as well too. And this is one of our staff members, Nathan, actually helping check out a book in this image. All of our libraries offer computers. If you do not have a computer, some people prefer using the computers in the library. I know when I was a student, I had a laptop, but I preferred using the library. We have computer access here, and we also have printing available. If you do print at the library, you do need to get a card that costs $1, and it comes with 50 cents credit. Typically when we print, it's 5 cents for black and white, and color is 25 cents. If you had any trouble printing, if you had any trouble accessing a computer, logging in, your staff can help you out with that. Another resource have that is used a lot more than people may think are still copy machines. Copy machines are still very used in our libraries, and copies are 10 cents a page. Copies can be made in various page sizes, standard, legal, and 11 by 17. And if you need help using the copy machines, it's a tool we don't commonly use. Our staff is available and they have training and helping you with using your copy machines. Scanning as well. I can't speak on all libraries' behalf, but I know most of our libraries, if not all of them, do offer scanning services. It's another resource that is taken advantage of heavily. It's a free service. Community members may use our scanner too as well. We may encourage you to get a CUC card, but same with the scanning. If you need help scanning documents, we'd be readily available to assist you with the scanning as well. All of our libraries, as you could see in the bottom picture, this is the Northwest Library. They have an open lobby where you can study, and a lot of students take advantage of that open lobby. Rio Grande has the open lobby, Trans Mountain, Mission Del Paso, nice open areas to study. Our libraries are pretty quiet in general, so even if you're using our open areas, really nice quiet places to study. But if you needed something a little more secluded and private, or maybe you need to prepare for a presentation, you can also access study rooms at our libraries too as well. Each library comes equipped with general and or private study areas. The circulation staff can usually assist you with that. And typically study areas are generally given on a first-come basis. So as you could see in the top image, there's one of the study rooms at the Northwest campus. It has a monitor, computer, readily available to use, and of course our open study area as well. One really cool thing, another one of many really cool things, is our libraries are available to the community, and we can issue out community user cards. This image here on the right side is the CUC community user card application. So if you have a family member, if any of our students have children, if you have a buddy who says they want to read more or take advantage of the library or use it, encourage them to get a community user application and get their community user card, because we have a ton of resources. Of course, our primary collection is academic, but some of our libraries, if not all, we have a good, nice children's collection. We have really great fiction books. Our colleges are more family friendly. Northwest has a really nice area in the back for children to sit and read and play with little toys and trinkets. Our libraries are really welcoming to our community. I have children myself, and I've walked into almost all of the libraries with my children, and it's a really welcoming, inclusive environment. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a student, or so be it. So really consider encouraging a family member to get a CUC card and share that service as well too. If you do get a CUC card, community users are limited to check out 2 resources, and you'll need to show proper documentation to get your CUC card, just so you know. One of our most popular services that are taken advantage of at all of the libraries are our course reserves. A course reserve is a term used to describe a textbook on reserve in the library. It doesn't necessarily have to be a textbook. I should have reworded that differently. It could be a video, it could be another type of resource, it could be a pamphlet. Instructors put several types of items on loan in our course reserve section. And with the course reserves, these resources are checked out, but they're typically used in the library to ensure all students have accessibility to these resources. So if you're in your Education 1300 class, for example, and you're waiting a week for your textbook to come in, and it might not be coming in for a week, and you need to do a Blackboard discussion, come check out the library, see if we have that textbook, and it could be a quick, easy solution until your textbook arrives. So make sure you promote the course reserves as well too. If you're interested in acquiring a TechShare card, TechShare is a service that partners with libraries and allows you to borrow books all across Texas. If you're a registered patron, you can request a TechShare card. So there may be times where we don't have certain resources that you need, a certain book, and you may really need this book for a class, for personal use, so be it. If you get this TechShare card and you talk to our staff and share with them that you really need this book and you're interested in getting it from another library through TechShare, they could help you out with that. With TechShare, you need to be a little patient because it is coming from a different library, but nonetheless, it is still a great service to take advantage of. And I've seen countless people take advantage of the TechShare service, and they're really pleased with the results. So we have a CUC card to get you your library card, and a tech share card if you wanted to access resources out of our library. So we just discussed a ton of services and resources we had to offer, and we talked about our circulation desk, and how the staff can assist our students, our community, and what types of resources and amenities they could assist them with. Another station that is commonly used in our library is the reference. Each library has a reference desk, and I wanted to break these down because I see students come in the library and I don't think they understand the purpose of the reference desk. And the reference desk will assist students, will assist the community, will assist staff with everything we just mentioned. But in addition to that, our reference desk will help with things such as research support, library tech assistance, access to other college resources. Right now, we're recently collaborating with counselors and we're helping with the student registration process. So students who need help registering for classes, they're coming to the library now and it's being promoted, but you could also share that as well too, once their classes are acquired, of course. Some of our librarians are VDRs, deputy registrars, so they could register our community to vote, our students to vote, and we've done promo events. I know all the libraries have done that to assist with that. We could help with general information, we could help with directions. Of course, we assist the staff when needed, but our reference services are the front, just like the circulation, the front line, but they also offer a different amenity, which is the research support side, which is very critical to our student success. I almost skipped by this, but I put a little note at the bottom because this is a fact. Students are more likely to graduate college when accessing their librarian and other supporting services. This isn't just limited to the library, but students are more likely to succeed in college when accessing their supporting services. The library is included in this though, as well. So seeing our students be comfortable in the library, seeing our community comfortable in the library, but seeing our students comfortable in the library, familiar with the library, comfortable with the relationship with their librarian, the chances of them succeeding in school is even more significant, which is why it's important for myself and the other librarians to want to build that relationship. So what is research support too as well, right? I wanted to break it down a little bit. I see with the general population and with our students, we get a variety of questions, and even in the classroom when I ask students, hey, if you ask something at the reference desk, if you need some type of help, what do you think is appropriate to ask at the reference desk? And I'll get questions such as, hey, help me find this book. Hey, where's the restroom at? Hey, I need help printing. And the truth is, you can ask all those questions and we'll assist you with those. But I also wanted to share a bulk of the other questions that you can ask at the reference desk, because I don't believe maybe just students could be unaware of this, but maybe some employees could be unaware of this. And the more people we inform, the better, and it creates a better partnership with us and other departments and our students. We could help, with issues such as, fake news. We could help with, the purposes of resource types, breaking down different resource types. We could help with the evaluation of credible and non-credible credible resources. We have a process for it. There's the SIFT method, the CROP method, but we could help break things down like that. The evaluation of social media sources. Databases, we did look at databases briefly, but some students are unfamiliar with databases. They're new college students. Everyone has a different background. Some of our community users are unfamiliar with databases, so we could help them out with accessing those and using those. Citing, briefly with citing, we'll promote it to the writing lab and tutoring services, but we could briefly cover citing, references, in-text citation, formatting. We could discuss scholarship as conversation, resources in social media. Our reference desk helps in all types of information needs. Maybe you don't know what some students don't know. I didn't know for a long time what a peer-reviewed journal was and what makes it a peer-reviewed journal. We can help you understand that, primary sources, secondary sources. So please take advantage of the service. Please share with your students. They could take advantage of this and many other research needs when it comes to the reference desk. Library instruction sessions can be offered to your students. We do offer library instruction. This is something that is promoted to faculty. So if you need assistance if your students need assistance with research, there are several methods we could take in creating a session for your students to offer a single one-shot session, or maybe even a couple. Every library functions differently in this access. Every librarian functions differently, but these sessions could be general to information literacy or specific to an assignment. Our general information literacy sessions, they encompass basic information about the library and its resources. Some of the things we mentioned will be in our library instruction sessions because we want to create an awareness of some of these things. Most importantly, these library instruction sessions, one of the most important things is it helps foster a relationship between the students and their librarian. The students have an instructor to go to for their discipline and their assignments, but if they know they have another resource they could acquire for assistance with their research, such as the librarian, it gives them an extra added support, extra safety net, and increases the chances of student success. These sessions discuss the libraries page. In general, we may run through trials of using databases specific to the class, specific to the resources needed for that class. If it's a general session, we'll cover a little bit about everything. Essentially, let me go back. Essentially, a lot of the concepts in this slide will be covered in these sessions, but it can be up to the faculty member and the librarian to really kind of shave it down and get the things that are most essential for the class. Our instruction sessions, don't just come from thin air. Just so you know, we have a specific goal in mind, so we could increase your student success, sharpen their information literacy skills, and make them better lifelong learners. Our instruction is based on the ACL framework. I noticed I put database use, internet, social media, credibility, citing, resource types. I'm kind of breaking down some of the competencies we cover, but it's based on the ACRL framework for information literacy for higher education. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing this for a quick second. Here we go. Share screen. And this is your framework right here. This is the ACRL framework. It has 7 frames. Authority is constructed and contextual. Information creation is a process. Information is a value. Research is inquiry. Scholarship is conversation. Searching is strategic exploration. And I know this is really in depth, but there's frames, and what I would call, they're called knowledge, practices, and dispositions, but they're essentially goals we want to accomplish to ensure these skills are met and these information literacy competencies are met. So just know that all of our librarians are trained and equipped in providing these sessions and helping your students become lifelong learners and better researchers. So let me stop sharing this. Share files. All of our libraries, I do student-oriented events, whether they're voter registration drives, whether they have symposiums, whether they do, computer classes or workshops. All libraries have something going on. I know that. So even with all this academic and community, oriented stuff and our resources and our services and our amenities available, be sure to check out whatever campus you're at and see if there's anything going on. For example, there could be voter registration drives, symposiums, the eclipse activities. Just be sure to check what's going on at your libraries, because our librarians are doing things for our students and our community regularly. Unfortunately, I only got Northwest related things in this slide, but we had a watch party, which is displayed on the left side. There's a symposium the philosophy department did. That's the one on the top right side. And then of course, a couple voter registration drives. And these promote a positive college experience and inclusiveness, which is what I really love about some of these activities that brings our faculty, staff, and students together. One library that's a little different than the other libraries is the Northwest Library, and sometimes they do more student-oriented events. The Northwest Library is partnered with the El Paso Public Libraries. So all of our libraries are open to the community, and you all could take advantage of any library and access, kid-friendly books, and those things like that. But at the Northwest Library, they may have a little bit more kid programs available, and you could check that out as well too. And in the Northwest Library, they had a Dr. Seuss event, they have a summer program, and things like that in that nature. So I talked a lot quicker and faster than I thought, but this essentially concludes my presentation. But if you have any questions or comments or concerns, does anyone have any questions they'd like to ask? There's no wrong question you could ask either.
So Blake, just talking about coming up this week is Halloween week. So there's some things going on at the libraries. You all have something going on at Northwest, right?
You know what? Let me confirm with you, Kristen, because we have a
Yeah,
lot going on. Yes,
there is
ma'am.
a lot. Always at the library, something going on for different holidays. So
Yes,
something y'all
ma'am.
can keep an eye out for. I think some people are having, or even just on campus.
Yes. Thank you, Kristen, for sharing that actually. So what our campus is doing, and I don't know what the other campuses are doing, but I'm glad Kristen is saying this right now because see, we have Halloween, we're having a vendor craft fair coming up next week on Halloween. So we're all going to dress up, each department, but the library is doing an inside out theme. So we're going to dress up in inside out costumes and hand out candy to the kids. And for example, in the past, what our library did is we did a haunted house. So we would have to dress up as spooky creatures and we turned our library into a mini haunted house. Um, and I'm not too sure, Kristen, are the other campuses doing any vendor fairs or craft fairs, anything like that? And I know the other libraries are handing out candies and things like that too.
Yeah, Priscilla's saying that the Mission Library will be giving out candy and hot Cheetos with cheese. And I know that the Valle Verde Library is having a play inside the library called La Planchada or something like that, or El Planchado, something like that. So if somebody's there from Valle Verde, maybe they can add in the chat. You have some questions. Are you all open over the wintermester?
We are we are closed for a 2-week period in the winter. But generally speaking, we are open a week after the last day of classes and a week before the first day of classes.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Kristen. Does that sound good?
Yeah, so usually the libraries all each have different hours over the intersessions. So sometimes some are open just to help clear fines or help students that are taking online classes during that time or whatever they may be offering. And then also, I think Trans Mountain typically stays open. So if you just contact the library you're interested in visiting, they'll be able to give you what their hours are for intercession. You also have another question. Can anyone access or sign up for the TechShare program? For example, community and students.
That is a yes, Priscilla. As long as you acquire a library card, if you're a student, you will have access to our library, but as long as you acquire a library card or the CUC card, you can sign up for the TechShare program. Yes, yes, ma'am. Very good question.
And the El Paso Public Library has access to TechShare. So if you're a public library person, you can go to the public library to get a TechShare card too.
And some of the libraries have done, Five Verde's done a workshop for seniors, right, Kristen?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah. They got a grant to give seniors going digital is what it was called at the Valle Verde campus.
yes. And each library usually has pamphlets. They have these information in their calendars. I see there's a question, is there a minimum age on library cards? No, there is not. If the parent signs off for the child can get a library card.
And that's at the Northwest campus because they do have an El Paso Public Library inside. So the other ones will be just related to the adults. But if you have children, you can go to the Northwest campus. It's a little bit different as Blake showed you. He's an El Paso Public Library / community college library. It's a great library. Y'all should check it out because they have a lot of things going on. And they have summer reading programs too.
Yes, and all of our libraries are great.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah.
So does anyone
Yeah,
else have
and
any questions? Oh, go ahead, Blake.
yes, ma'am. And if you please ask away if you do have any questions. But I'll check that question in a minute. But yeah, if you picked up anything today and you're in a different department, please share whatever you picked up. And if a student has any questions, just throw them our way, please. I think what I wanted to do with this one was kind of create an awareness. So, as I learn about other departments and resources available in the college, I wanted to do the same for the other departments and resources who have presented at these things.
Well, thank you very much. You did a great job. You showed everything there is about our library, so I hope everybody takes advantage of them. And all the students that are here, make sure you check in with your library because they will be having some neat events going on, as well as being able to get some great resources online and from in print as well. So thank you again, Blake. We appreciate you being here, and for all of you all for being here today too. Next Friday, we are going to have another great presentation on dog fostering with Miss Liz Olivas. So make sure you come at 1 o'clock next Friday to see that. In the chat, I have put the app for you to get Tejano passport points so that you can actually earn points towards getting a medallion. I'm going to go ahead and put that flyer up in the box here so that you can see where you go to sign up. There's a QR code on there, so if you've never done it before, that's your first way to sign in, and then you can use the codes we give you to get points each time. So again, we thank you all for coming today, and we hope you come every Friday to learn more about EPCC and all of our great resources. So have a great weekend, and thank you.